What's up, everybody? JVille Sports here with my sports picks video, college football edition. It is Friday night, December the 6th. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight and each and every time I put out a video. Some of you guys might be watching this Saturday morning, December the 7th. It is championship weekend in college football. A great time to be a college football fan. We just got done watching a pretty good Pac-12 championship game. Oregon knocking off Utah, eliminating the Pac-12 from any chance of making the college football playoff. So let's go ahead and get into the action here. So for those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. What I like to do with college football, I like to do what's called a long shot parlay. So I like to come on here for my college football videos and give out a bunch of plays. So one of the fun ways I like to do that is to take all the games that I'm leaning towards, some of the games that I really like, put them all together into what I call a long shot parlay, where it's any parlay where the payout is $10,000 or more. My goal was to hit this one time this year. We did hit it. And this is going to be our last attempt of the season to hit this one more time. I might put together a little long shot college football bowl parlay. I'll definitely do that. That'll be a lot of fun. So we'll put together a long shot parlay for all the bowl games once those get announced. But this will be our last attempt during the regular season. A much tougher attempt because we only have a handful of teams playing, but I have put one together, so we'll see what we can do. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the action. So hopefully you guys had an awesome Friday. We certainly did. Check out what we did in the Village. Another winning day yet again. We went 4-1 on the day today. This is what we did. We had a play in that Oregon and Utah game. We had the first half under 21. The halftime score, I believe, was 20-0. In favor of Oregon. So that one cashed for us. We had the Montreal Canadiens in hockey. They came through for us as well. We had Pittsburgh, Louisville over. That game did not come through. Not as much scoring in that game as anticipated. Pittsburgh really just had a really bad game. We had Orlando and Cleveland under 211. That one went way under the totals. We also had my favorite moneyline parlay. We had the Miami Heat on the money line. We had two college basketball games, Alabama, Pepperdine, both easy winners. So that 3-team moneyline parlay cash for us. That's what it's all about. There's so much action going on. You have college basketball, you have the NBA, you have hockey, you have college football, the NFL. There's so much going on in all different sports. You pick out your favorites in each sport, put them together, and you have nice winning days like this. This is what we're doing over in the Village each and every day. So if you're not receiving my daily newsletter, which looks pretty much like that, you are missing out on some winners every single day. So go to jvillesportspicks.com to sign up for that daily newsletter. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's go ahead and jump right into the college football action for Saturday, December the 7th. Don't want to make this too long of a video, so let's go ahead and jump right into the long shot parlay and get into this bad boy. So first we're starting off with Baylor and Oklahoma over 65. So this is the second time these two teams have played already. The first game ended at, yes, you guessed it, 65 points, and that is what the total is for this game, 65. But in that first game, Oklahoma only scored 10 points in the first half. Baylor scored 0 points in the second half in that game, and it still got up to 65. With Utah losing today, the door is now wide open for one of these two teams to get into the college football playoffs. So I think both Oklahoma and Baylor just leave it all out there on the field. And I like this game to go over the total of 65. Both teams should be pulling out all the stops in this game. Next, we have Louisiana +7. This is also the second time these two teams have played. App State won the first game 17-7. So it was a really, really close game, a low scoring game that could have gone either way. I like Louisiana here to get some revenge and possibly pull off the upset. They've already shown they can play with App State. They held them in check, only allowing 17 points. Their offense struggled a little bit, only scoring 7. So I think this will be another tight game, another low-scoring game, and in those situations, I like taking the points. I like taking the underdog that has revenge on their mind, a championship game. Obviously, both teams will bring the effort, but I'm going to take the points here with Louisiana. Next, we have Cincinnati and Memphis over 57. These two teams also just played. The difference is these two teams just played last week and they're already playing each other again. Obviously, this one is for the championship. So that was a game. Cincinnati last week really had no incentive in winning. They already locked up their side of the division, but they still put up 24 points. Obviously, Memphis, a high scoring team. They average 40 points a game, and their defense is not very good. So Cincinnati, they're definitely going to have a much better effort here. I love for them to score well over 24 points than they did last week, and we know Memphis is going to get their points, so I love this game going over the total of 57. Next, we have Clemson minus 28. So Clemson is absolutely on fire right now. They look like one of the best teams, if not the best team in college football. Virginia is coming off an emotional win over their rival Virginia Tech. You kind of have to question their motivation here, as that was kind of their Super Bowl game. So they might come out pretty strong, motivated early on in this game. Obviously, they're playing Clemson, one of the best teams in the nation. They're going to bring out their best effort. But I think if Clemson smacks them in the mouth a little bit early on, I think Virginia will roll over. They know they're not going to win this game. I love Clemson here, minus 28. This Clemson, yes, they don't need to win this game with a lot of margin. If they win, they're in the playoffs. There's really no incentive for them in blowing out Virginia, but I just think they're that good. Their defense is dominant. Their offense is rolling right now. And I think Virginia, like I said, I think if they get down in this game early, they might just roll over. So I like Clemson here, minus 28. Central Michigan, minus 6.5. So Central Michigan is another team that's rolling right now. They have scored 40 points in 3 straight games. They won all 3 of those games. Miami of Ohio, they had a bad game last week against Ball State. Not a game they were really interested in playing. I get that. They already had their side of the division wrapped up. Not a game that they needed to win. But they still just looked bad in that game. Central Michigan, like I said, they're on a 3-game winning streak. Their offense is absolutely rolling right now. This is the team that's coming into this game with the momentum, playing well. I think overall they're just a better team, offensively, defensively. So I'm taking Central Michigan. This game is a neutral site game, but it's in Michigan. I'm taking Michigan minus 6.5 to win this game. Next, we are going with Georgia and LSU under 56. So I like this game to stay under the total. So it's tough to go under in any LSU game. They are averaging 48 points a game. They have the most likely the Heisman on their team and quarterback Burrow. This LSU offense has been really, really good. But on the flip side, this Georgia defense has been really, really good. They only allowed 10 points a game, absolutely dominant all season long. So I think they can hold LSU in check a little bit here. But I think what's going to happen here, Georgia, we've seen Georgia in these big type of games. They tend to go conservative, run the ball, and I think that's actually the recipe for success here against LSU. Run the ball, eat up the clock, keep this LSU offense on the sidelines. I think that's going to be Georgia's only hope in winning this game, because they're not going to outscore LSU. So they have to keep LSU on the sideline, eat up some clock, and if they do that, that's going to lend to the under in this game if they have success doing that, that is. And I think Georgia will have some success doing it. So I'm going with the under 56 in the SEC championship game. And last but not least, we're going with another total and over. Hawaii and Boise State over 64. So this is yet another matchup between two teams that have already played each other. This game is in Boise. Boise's at home, but the first game was also in Boise, so I think that helps Hawaii here. They've already played here this season, so they should be very familiar with the venue, the field, the blue turf. So I think Hawaii will have a better showing here. So that first game, the score was 59-37. The total was 96 points in that game. So I don't think there's going to be quite that many points. But I think 64 is definitely doable. But Hawaii, their defense cannot stop Boise. Boise's going to score a ton of points. And like I said, I think Hawaii will have a better effort. I mean, even last time they played, they scored 37 points. So I think Hawaii is going to get their points. Boise is absolutely going to get their points. This game should cruise over the 64. And that's it. 7 games. You throw 135 on that, it's going to pay $10,284. So I say it all the time. I don't necessarily recommend you throw in this long shot parlay. Obviously, it's a long shot parlay. It's only going to take one to mess it up. It's very hard to hit these, but I am that crazy. I am going to throw this in, try to hit it. We'll see what happens. I recommend plucking out your favorites. If you do have any favorites, maybe do a 2 or 3 team parlay and try your luck with that. Or if you want to get crazy, you can try it with me. It's definitely up to you. I'm just here giving out some plays that I'm going to do, what I've already done. So that's this week's attempt at our long shot parlay. Like I said, it's our last attempt in the college football regular season. We'll have one more attempt with the bowl games. We'll probably pick our 7 best bowl games and do a long shot parlay. And then after that, we're going to switch focus and go to college basketball and start doing some college basketball long shot parlays and some college basketball videos. So that's going to wrap up this week's long shot attempt. We'll see if we can hit this one more time. Let's go ahead and move on. So I mentioned my website, JVilleSportsPicks.com. I showed you what we did on Friday. Absolutely killed it with the 4-in-1 day. If you're not receiving my plays every single day, this is a website. This is how to get there, JVilleSportsPicks.com. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the big blue box to join the village. Hit that button. It will take you to a page which will list all the different packages that are available. See which one suits you the best. It's very, very simple after you join. Once you join, I'm going to email you the picks every single day, hours before any of the games start. So it's very simple. You don't have to go to any website, refresh the page, wait for your picks. I'm going to email them directly to you around the same time every single day. So you never miss a play. Very, very easy. So if you're interested in that daily newsletter, go to JVilleSportsPicks.com, hit that big blue button, pick the package that you want, sign up, and start winning with us today. Let's go ahead and move on to today's free play of the day. So I'm going to do the same thing I did last week. I'm going to pick my favorite game out of the long shot parlay, and that's going to be the free play of the day. Because a lot of you guys always ask me, what's your best play in that long shot parlay? And here it is. It is going to be Clemson minus 28. You might see 28.5 in some spots. I'll just take it down to 28. So Clemson, like I said, they are just on fire right now offensively. Don't sleep on this defense. This is one of the best defenses in the nation. They are just shutting teams down. They can shut down Virginia. Virginia's defense is not that good. Clemson is going to score a ton of points here. They don't have to blow Virginia out to get into the college football playoff, but it doesn't matter. This team is just that good. They are just absolutely rolling right now. I think they're going to score and score early. And once they score early, I think Virginia is just going to roll over. Virginia knows they can't win this game. They're not going to win this game. They're coming off that emotional win against Virginia Tech last week. You saw the way the players were after the game. They were celebrating like it was their Super Bowl game. And, you know, in this case, it was. They don't really have anything else to play for. They're going to go to a decent bowl game. But as far as this game goes, it doesn't matter. They're not going to win. So once they realize that in the first part of the second quarter, maybe the third quarter, that's going to be it for them. Clemson's offense is going to keep rolling all game long. Their defense is going to shut down Virginia. 28 points is a lot, but I think when you take everything into consideration, the game that Virginia had last week, Clemson just absolutely on fire right now. Clemson can definitely score 28. I've already bet this at 28. So that's today's free play of the day, Clemson minus 28. So we'll go ahead and cheer on the Clemson Tigers. And so that's going to wrap up this week's college football video. Like I said, I might have one more college football video, which will be on the bowl games. Other than that, we're going to switch our focus to college basketball. Of course, we'll do the NBA, college basketball, and all the other good stuff that's out there. So that's going to wrap it up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the long shot parlay. We'll go ahead and root on Clemson as our free play of the day, minus 28 for Saturday, December the 7th. And that is going to do it. So thank you guys so much for joining me today and each and every time I put out a video. Like I said, hopefully you guys have an absolutely awesome Saturday. Good luck with all your bets that you put in. I hope you guys absolutely kill it. And I will see you guys very, very soon for my NFL video. Good luck.